Hello, you gorgeous human you. Just before we get into today's episode, I wanted to take a quick second to thank the team at Shine On for supporting Let Her Finish.
Shine On is about celebrating that every woman is beautiful with fashion that helps you feel confident every day.
Embrace the brave and beautiful you. Shop your favourite fashion brands and discover new ones. shineon.co.nz.
Let her finish.
Kia ora te whānau, we are Brodie, Kane, Gracie, Hitchcock and Tegan, Yorwarth, and this is Let Her Finish. And I can guarantee you, if you let her finish, you will be guaranteed a money-back guarantee.
Period.
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
You remember that?
Good things happen when you let her finish.
No one's got more sports gear
Then
than
Rebel Sport.
Yeah.
And it was actually the warehouse, where everyone gets a bargain, money-back guarantee.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
I'm pretty sure
gotcha.
it was.
Gotcha.
Boom, South City.
it's the fine.
Centre of downtown. Fuck, I used to have a radio jingle back in
Yeah. And Palmy, specific to the Manawatu, where I used to get my eyes optometrist.
Yeah.
There was a one called Eyes on Broadway. It'd go, Eyes on Broadway, look good, Eyes on Broadway. And it would just look fine. Eyes on Broadway.
I like show us your crack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Novus.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's one of the all-time greats, isn't it?
Good one.
Yeah. How are we?
Yeah.
G'day.
Yeah, g'day. I'm good.
Good.
Good. I'm okay. The kids are bloody sick.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Again.
Yeah.
They're fevers all night, bird hopping all night, big snots.
What's bird hopping mean?
Bed hopping.
hopping.
Like, it was in Frank's
I was
bed.
like, oh, is it,
snotting
they
in
get
each
the hop
other's
say,
snot,
like,
you know?
Kinda, just kind of soothing one to the other, but it's okay. We're all good. We're here, thankful for my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Because they're not at daycare today, because that's irresponsible, sending them to daycare on PAMO, because that's one of the rules.
Came old up.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I had a beautiful run this morning with Solo Girls Run Club, but I took a puna in Takapuna.
Where? Was it in
waiting
that,
to say that for fucking
that
ages.
little junction where there's public toilets?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a few. I've had a few there.
Yeah, you've taken a puna.
Well, you've
in
just kind of got
Takapuna
yourself
second
stuck.
time.
You got yourself stuck. You don't know, like, you're not going to eat anywhere to go poo. Or like, I get my hair done. I was getting my hair done there, and like, I don't want to poo at the hairdresser, so I just pop in there. Yeah.
So we start the run at Milford, right, and then we go down to Takapuna, and 20 minutes we usually get to just past the last set of lights on that Hurstmere, the one way bit. And it's a lovely run, and I just turned and I went, there's no way you're going to make it back to Milford unscathed.
Yeah.
And once you get back past the shops on the mean streets of North Shore of Takapuna, you'd be knocking on someone's door.
Yeah, it's all residential.
Yeah, it was actually perfect timing. That is just unfortunately one of the things about running, is that the pre-run poo is actually possibly one of the most important considerations. Like, you talk to anyone before a race and it's like, how many poos have you done? Have you done your poo? How many have you done? Because more often than not, pre-race, you're a triple poo.
Really?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
It's a bit of nerves. You've carb loaded up.
Yeah.
And so you'll have your normal one and you go, and then you're like, no, I'm pretty sure we're not done. And so if you get to about 3, you're like, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, on a Tuesday morning, if I'm taking the morning session of Run Club, it's because I just want to wake up, chuck my gear on and go. I'm not at home milling, letting the body move. So it's always, sometimes you might be like, oh, yep, no, we'll go.
Yeah.
And then other times you're like, fuck, are you going to have to do what I had to do today? And I did.
You did. Good.
go.
Tactical poo.
And then by the time I'd done that, I was the last, I was the tail end Charlie. So it's good though, because I just tried to catch up to all the girlies.
And boost morale from the back.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's where you need it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But lighter,
Yeah.
Faster.
Boosting it.
Yeah.
I actually did my first run this weekend around our neighbourhood, which is quite hilly.
All very hilly.
And I've never done a hill run in my life.
Or those hills.
It killed me.
Yeah, no.
I thought, okay, 45 minutes. You got this. 20 out, 20 back, allow yourself some time.
Yeah.
Nah, I only managed half an hour.
Yeah.
It was, I actually had to stop a couple of times. My heart rate got so high from going up a hill. And then I think I'd be cruising down the hill, but you kind of want to pick up your pace so your average isn't too bad.
Let me tell you as well,
ruthless.
Unfortunately, from our beautiful neighbourhood,
Yeah.
there is no direction in which you can run
No.
that is easier back, it's just that we're on a ridgeline.
Every street I looked at, because I was kind of just going straight, which I thought, it goes up and down, but I thought, but I should be able to manage. And then I was like, nah, I need some salvation. I was looking at side streets. All of them went down. So I'm getting a break.
Looking for some salvation.
Yeah.
Stay on the ridge.
So it was like if I went down one just for a little break, I'd have to come back up. So there was just no point. But that was rough. But we just had a chill weekend. Lots of it was like, we met our friend's baby for the first time, 3 weeks old, gorgeous, and we all just hung at their house all day, brought food over, brought groceries over. Literally just took turns with this baby all day, which was really fun. Didn't realize how often a newborn eats. Gets fed. It's like all constant. And I was like, oh, wow. But it was just nice to support your friends in that way, like just be around, just be present.
Yeah.
And then on, Sunday, I saw my friend who's due tomorrow for baby. So it was like last time before baby's earthside. Just feels like, war's closing it again.
See you on the other side.
Yeah.
Fuck, how shit is it? Like just jeans up your fanny when you sit down. You know, like
you got to be careful about that.
You just kind of got to occasionally just.
She's doing a shimmy right now, just in case you're listening to this, not watching it.
They fit lovely and they're a nice jean. They're new. I got them in Melbourne because I've been in Melbourne because I'm now a beauty influencer. But I they just.
They just need that little stretch and warm up to you, and then it's probably the first proper wear.
Second proper wear, but
Anyway. You can undo them if you want.
No, it's not up there. It's just in the fanny area.
Okay.
Anyway,
I do like an undo of the old jean.
Yeah. Especially after a meal.
Often. It happens often. Yeah. Okay. Let's enter the rant room today.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure if this one's going to rack us up, but I know it's something we can talk about at length. All right. So I saw this something over the weekend that I thought was really cool. It was from a TikTok account called Very Beautiful Bug. Now she basically she does a lot of different takes on culture and the way we move. And basically the title of this one is, if everyone can be skinny, what becomes the new beauty standard? So I've kind of written down what she says at the start, and then we can kind of, I guess, talk off the back of it. So if everyone can be skinny, what becomes the new beauty standard? So beauty is a social construct, the standard. It's never been about aesthetics entirely. It's about what's hard to get. So if we look at, let's say, Hollywood right now, I think many a woman, if we were to talk about what might be the most common beauty standard we're seeing, it's gone back to that really, really thin woman. And there's nothing wrong with a thin woman, there's nothing wrong with a woman that's bigger, but it's so thin. It's not like a normal thin. It feels so thin that it's like, did you eat it all today? And I don't like to comment on women's bodies constantly like that or objectify them in any way, but it is scary seeing how thin these women are getting. So basically we're living through a rise of GLP-1 drugs, Ozempic, Wegovy, and it says it's a degrading progress seen regarding body positivity. So I think prior to this, there was obviously a big movement in loving the body that you're in, no matter what shape it comes in. And not to give credit to someone like the Kardashians, but unfortunately, someone like Kim K, she had larger breasts, she had a bigger bum, which probably isn't that real nowadays. But I think that became... that it was like, oh no, you want to have a body yaddy. You know what I mean? And so like women with these naturally curvaceous, bodacious, you know what they call them? Yams. If you've got curves, you got yams.
Why yams?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like a.
I love a yam.
I think it's like a term you can use, like slang.
Oh yeah, yams.
Girl, throw them yams in a circle. You know?
Was that because yams have got?
But it goes so like
Possibly.
back and forth. So just quoting what she says again, she says there's a return to thinness as the beauty standard, and beauty standards are constantly shifting. So while they become more accessible on the one hand, they simultaneously evolve to remain exclusive, serving as a marker of elite status that most people cannot easily attain. So I think the thin, because those drugs were not accessible to the everyday person, that thin was really hard for it was out of reach.
Right.
But now that it's becoming
More
an
accessible.
easier thing to access, what then becomes the beauty standard? So basically she said, like, once we have access to that stuff and like everyone can take it if they wish, the standard will then shift.
Yes.
So she kind of theorizes about what do we think the next standard will be, this beauty standard, even though it shouldn't really exist. That's why it's. But I like the take the sort of thought of, it's about status.
Yeah.
It's about having something that the normal person can't have, but
Yeah.
as soon as everyone can have
Have
it, it's
it.
going to move.
But don't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that it's also dictated by the? I say this in a very general term, by the beauty industry, right? So because ultimately, and it's like loosely using the term health and wellness industry, which
Yeah.
is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, and so there will be that'll be dictated by ways that money can still be made, you know, and wouldn't it be lovely if beauty standards were no longer?
Yeah.
Like that didn't
they
exist.
But like we say beauty standards exist, but like they don't have to exist to you, right? Is it a choice?
Well, let's play a game.
Okay.
If you could can you think of a beauty standard that you can hand on heart say you do just for you?
I like to wear makeup for myself to make me feel put together, but I'd say that's pressure to look a certain way. You know?
Do you think that if we were doing this podcast without cameras, that you would have makeup
That's the thing. We started in radio, or we started doing this without being in a bloody TV studio. And now I actually am worried about how I look every time I come in here.
Yeah.
Because you guys are seeing us.
Yeah.
And like, we'll get judged.
I agree.
So, but even like, because I was thinking about this and I was like, oh, you know, because I think it's important to acknowledge with growth and age comes, and I speak personally, feeling more empowered within myself as a woman. But fuck, I mean, I get Botox. I don't like having grey hairs.
Get nails done.
You know, I will never, my vagina will never see a pube for the rest of its life.
Absolutely not.
And so just on the pubes, you know, if I think back, I go, of course, the first time I got a Brazilian back in that day was not because I looked down and went, oh, bush, yuck. It was because it was in the wave of getting a Brazilian. So as much as I was thinking that I could come in here and be like, no, I don't give a fuck. Actually, that is a load of shit.
Yeah.
But it's more that, it's what is, I think, the wider context is the damage that it can do to people.
Yeah.
And so that's what I don't like is what people are feeling because of societal pressures, because of standards. I don't feel like people might go, but you've just said that you get your greys dyed. So I feel like there is an element of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
But it's what is it doing to people's minds?
Yeah.
What are what are the wider implications of feeling the pressure to be skinnier or get your boobs done or do this or do that or not eat or, you know?
I think I can genuinely say having my hair in a dark colour is probably one of the only things that I know I genuinely wholeheartedly do for myself. I've had so many different hair colours. I've had blonde like you guys. I've had like a dark red. I've had ginger. I've had light pink. I've had brown hair with big blonde streaks in the front. Like I've had so many different hairstyles, and I just got to a point where I was like, I'm sick of trying to keep up with like how I don't look. I just want to have when I say natural, I'm dyeing my hair to look like my natural colour because I get grey hairs, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably genuinely the only decision that like so many people told me I looked really good blonde and I was like, no, I just want dark hair.
Yeah.
I just want something that looks like myself or how I grew up and how I'm meant to look, I guess.
Yeah.
But you can dye your hair whatever colour you want. That was just for me. But I so agree with you. I just don't think where we're at right now, and I spoke to you guys like off air before we even got into this about how I'd seen Lena Dunham talking about how anything you do for yourself, can you really say in this time genuinely that it's for yourself? Either enhancements that you make to your body or whether you want to lose weight or maybe bulk up in the gym, like can you genuinely say it's for yourself? I think it's really hard to define now. And also so this user that obviously is talking about the new beauty standard of thinness being this beauty standard, very beautiful bug on TikTok if you want to look her up. She sort of theorises that maybe the next body type that becomes the one that that is hard to attain, but people start to want to get is to be muscly and toned.
Yeah.
That's probably the next one.
Do you know what? There's a couple of things as well because I can only use myself as an example, and this is it's mild, like it's a fun game to play.
Yeah.
Because I go now. There's like in terms of body and health and fitness, I can categorically say that my running and keeping myself really fit is 100% for me.
Yeah.
I feel no pressure from anything with all of that, and I love it, and I actually,
I'm so jealous.
It's a really nice feeling. I love it. It's my, I live and breathe that, and now as well, that has also morphed into the importance, and it's the same with being strong and working out at the gym. I want to do that so that, like, I'm turning 40. I want to do that so that that 50-year-old thanks 40-year-old me, and 60-year-old does. So in that respect, and I'm quite grateful that I have been that way. Mm-hmm. If I'm talking about like the more sort of, I guess,
the aesthetics,
shallower. I was looking for aesthetics. I go, well, yeah, but we're so harsh on each other, because like people will go, love the skin you're in. And then, but you're criticised if you don't want to age naturally. But why can't you?
Like if I have a bit of a mustache, and like I shave it, like I shave it, but like I've got friends that just wax theirs off, or like the lady at this thing will be like, oh, come in for your eyebrows. Oh, do you want to get that done too? And it's like, okay, well, maybe it is bad.
Yeah.
Maybe I am ugly. Maybe I am a hairy bitch.
Yeah. But I love getting Botox. I actually love it.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything like that yet, but I also like the idea. My mum has aged naturally and so beautifully that I like the idea of following in her footsteps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I also saw Brittany Broski years ago say on a podcast how, everyone obviously gets Botox and things like that. And she was like, why would I want to hide all the lines on my face that were, and this sounds a bit corny, but like created by like the smiles and the laughs and like that's the life you've lived, is all the lines are in your face.
Yeah.
But ask me in 5 years, I might change my mind. Might change my mind. I'll be like, oh, load me up. But and I think it's an interesting thing to think about. Because I can genuinely say, when you're talking about like health and fitness, I remember seeing someone I know in the gym, and they're like, oh, and they've just started getting back into it. They're like, oh, what gets you here every day? I said, honestly, truly. And they're like, what? And I was like, oh, people online sometimes call me fat. They comment on my weight.
Oh.
So
yeah,
that's
honest.
Like, that's not to gain any sort of sympathy.
No.
But I'm just like, that's why I'm here. I'd rather avoid that if I can. Do my best while also kind of living my life. But I think the more I get into it, I'm kind of thinking about like all this weight training I'm doing now is going to be mean for me when I'm older.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to be the person who gets older and moves less. Like I want to keep moving and be able to like just do things. Like I see my mum, I'm like, when she's a grandma, when she's a kuya, unreal. She's going to be running around with the kids because she stayed so active all this time. And I think the work she puts in every day has just made her like more, I don't know if agile is the right word. Mobile.
Yeah, I think.
I've got an interesting, could be slightly controversial. I was talking to one of my best friend's husbands the other day. He's a lovely bald guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really pissed off at Fisher for having a hair transplant.
Oh.
And I was kind of like, I can kind of, because he's like, why did he do that? Like, he's a beautiful bald man.
Yeah.
Like, is that kind of the same as like a woman getting a boob job? Like,
Maybe.
is it vanity, or is it for themselves? Or like, he was just like quite upset by it.
Yeah.
Because
he's
he's like
sort of representing.
Yeah, he's like, hot bald
And
guy.
do you know what? As someone who has 12E, 12F boobs,
Yeah.
after I have children, I will be getting a reduction and a lift, unfortunately. And I know that, I'm sure that's 100% for me. Yeah. But maybe it's because I don't want people to see me have saggy titties. They're already calling me that.
We've talked about it.
But hey, I've got small titties, but Gracie and I are in that.
My left one is like different because that was my favoured nipple for the breastfeeding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that, because also I'm right-handed, so you just put the kid on the left one, and that was an oversupply. Anyway, bad boob issues. Anybody who knows, I've had mastitis massive times, and I actually want to just cut them the fuck off. Like, I got to that point, but I'm glad I didn't because they're back in action. In the bedroom, whatever. TMI.
Yeah.
I love them now.
Yeah.
So much more than I did at the time postpartum. But like, and I don't think I need a boob job at this stage. Maybe a lift, maybe a little Turkey trip in 20 years.
Yeah.
Who knows? But right now I'm happy with them. But it's okay to. It would be for me. It wouldn't be for the male gaze.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Maybe the male gaze. No.
Yeah.
Maybe the gays.
The gays.
Yeah.
to sort of come back to that is really interesting, because I don't actually have the answer in terms of because if you think about being skinny as like for as long as we've known, I mean, obviously, yeah, you had prior to the Kardashians, you had like your Marilyn Monroe kind of the curves, even though she was tiny.
But the corseted look with the like the big dresses, the bustles.
Yeah.
But it has ultimately always been thinness. And it's so it is quite a fascinating question in terms of that. And you know, on the weight loss drugs and that as well, they are only there's another interesting thing that, and this is kind of this is slightly a sidebar, but as they become more accessible, and I know that some of them are now they're making them in pill form and whatnot as well. This is not going down. Well, it's mini.
No,
rabbit
I'm
hole.
actually intrigued because I don't know much about how people are getting it.
But I go, well, you can
just get it.
You
now.
can get it now from your
doctor.
doctors.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
No.
But I believe in America now they're starting to come out in pill form. But I look at it and go, shit, I'm really fascinated, because ultimately, like, look, I'm not a medical expert, so this is just my opinion. I go, if these drugs can help shift weight for people that are really obese and struggle and can't shift weight, and that's got to be a good thing, right?
Yeah.
In that respect. And but then I go, so knowing what we know about big pharma and, you know, like big powerful corporations.
Yeah.
So if everyone's healthy, if everyone's healthy, then we're, you know, like, and it's, you know, it's like, so that's opening up your kind of conspiracy, but I think
there's a lot of things.
I'm like, I would never judge anyone for wanting to try a weight loss drug like that, because it's your body at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I had a really good chat with my trainer about that kind of stuff, because I just sort of said to her, we do check-ins every week, and I said to her, like, I feel like ads are targeting me right now, and like, because I'm obviously grinding in the gym and maybe not seeing these immediate results, because I'm doing it a different way this time around. I'm trying to build the muscle to fasten the metabolism. Like it's a long process. This is like a year or 2 or 3 or 4 for the rest of my life. I think it's going to be constant.
Yeah.
But I'm just so used to seeing people 6-week challenges and 8-week challenges and yo-yoing back and forth. And I felt like I was getting targeted ads for like weight loss drugs. And so I just shared it with her, and I said, it's just making me feel like shit. Because I'm like, is that what I need to do? And she gave me a really good breakdown on like the benefits it has for especially those people in need.
Yeah.
But what it can do long term, in the sense of because it's not, you don't just lose weight, but because your appetite, all your food noise disappears.
Yeah.
And she said, because you lose your appetite, people can start to not nourish themselves as well as they should, which in the long run is not good, because your body gets so used to sort of working on minimal nutrients, food, you know, like not putting in enough protein, carbs, whatever.
Yeah.
And it can get to the point that when you come off them, your metabolism has slowed down so much that it's really easy to put the weight back on. So you've got to be really careful when you're on them. And that made me feel a lot better. And she just said, like, the way you're doing it, in the sense of like the weight training and trying to put the good stuff in your body, it's good for you long term, because it's a whole lifestyle shift and a mind shift, and I think it's cool. But she was never bagging the drugs. She was like, it's
so
everyone's
helpful
different
for people,
but the people don't really talk about the long term effects if you get too used to it. I think it just scares me when I see a girl that's maybe like a size 10 or like a size 8 thinking they need to take it.
And
to be even thinner.
Yeah. And I also think as well, like any of
dumb. If you tried to take Gracie, I'd slap you.
I would never fucking take it. I don't need. I love food, and I'm very active. And I need to be strong and healthy for my kids. So
I
and for
think
myself.
as well, though, when the reality as well with these types of weight loss drugs, or anything that is designed to help people shift weight for whatever reason it might be. None of them are actually designed to be a quick fix or a quick cure. But unfortunately, that's what people are looking for,
and they're kind of marketed that way
searching
sometimes.
Or marketed either indirectly or directly. And going back to our Hollywood, you just see a whole bunch of skinny, you know, like the Ozempic era. And so people go, you know, sweet.
Yeah.
So it's
quick fix.
Yeah. I think that's the thing, and that goes wider back to that beauty standards thing. Is like, what's everyone always looking to patch up? Just to
quick fix.
Yeah.
Just to have something in this life.
Yeah.
Just to have
one
some
thing.
joy.
Just one thing,
Yeah.
please. But like I think about like in that. Well, look, we're still talking about it.
Yeah,
I
I
know
know.
Oh my
this
God,
is the
okay.
one.
Yeah.
But you know, in that era, like obviously prior to this, when it was, I keep saying body, when it was more like curvaceous bodies. There's so many women that got BBLs that they've now reversed. And I think that's probably the thing that scares me is like any of your friends or peers or even yourself feeling pressured to like enhance your body in those ways and then it not being trendy anymore and then going, fuck, why did I do that? I think that's the scary part. So it's like you've got to find your happy medium with how you look and how you feel about yourself within all the noise.
Yeah.
Which will be a constant battle for the rest
And
of our
remember,
lives.
your body is from your ancestors, and like you've got to be so grateful for
Yep.
your nose, your everything. You know, it's just
Yeah.
from all of the people that were before you. Like you were an egg in your mother's ovaries, which was in your grandmother's ovaries. Which so many, many, many lines of beautiful, strong wahine and men.
Yeah, my best mate actually said that to me one time about because a lot of my friends all natural and haven't had anything done. Maybe like a lick of Botox here and there, but nothing crazy, like no fillers,
Lick
no
of
nothing.
Botox, like a
No,
lick of-
like
just a little-
facelifts.
But no, nothing like
Nip and
that.
tuck.
But my best mate said I would like joke about like, oh, get this done or something, and she'd be like, how disrespectful to all those that came before you because you're on like an amalgamation of all those faces.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I've never thought about it like that. Shut up. Like,
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, that's
Sorry.
just lastly, because there was that thing called Instagram face, which is where people were all getting the cat eyes and that's still happening, but that was just interesting that was the trend and that possibly is changing now, and people are really wanting to go back to their natural faces and dissolving
Trends
lips.
come and go. Your body is forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So look after it.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
Fuck. Boom.
Boom. Okay.
Should we close the door now?
Okay. Bye bye, rant room.
Bye.
All right, that's closed.
Now, look, because I am a journalist, I take pride. I don't always, no, but I do like balance and fairness.
Yeah.
And so, just a quick tip of the hat to Justin Bieber, friend of the show, Justin Bieber.
She's back.
And just because, he may have heard me in the rant room last week because he turned up to weekend 2 of Coachella and served. What do they say? 10 out of 10, no notes.
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
Oh, well done.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Was it?
Yeah. I'm surprised you knew. No notes.
No notes.
No notes. And what I actually, so my favourite part was when Billie Eilish came up for One Less Lonely Girl.
Yeah.
That was so like I think everyone had a real like
I think it healed something in people. Eh?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you know Billy from when she was so young,
Baby.
there's that iconic photo of her in her little tutu.
Yeah, in a
with all the
room.
Justin Bieber posters behind
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And the
Belieber,
little-
and it's like Billy's room, Belieber.
and then her video being like, but yeah, what if I don't
Have a boyfriend.
what if I have a boyfriend but I don't live?
which is so like relatable for a lot of
Oh,
people.
but when you're a
Oh.
young girly, you
Yeah.
know. So well done, Justin Bieber, for turning up and performing to do a brilliant job of what you are paid a lot of money to do.
Did you get Bieber fever?
Oh, but I like him. I really
okay.
do. So,
Yeah.
but no, I'm not I don't know if I'm a fanatical fan of anyone. I adore music and it brings me great joy. But when you think about diehard fans, I don't know.
No one's going to
If
have me
I'm-
scream.
No one's going to have me line up for tickets or line up to be at the barrier or any of that kind of thing. But I thought it was brilliant. Just one other observation as well. In recent historic times, Coachella weekend 1. For anyone that's still a bit confused, it is held over 2 weekends, but it's the exact same lineup.
Yeah.
Over the 2 weekends, so that it's just got bigger and bigger. It's basically to accommodate for more people, right? Make more money. In recent times, all of the artists tended to have brought out their big surprise guests weekend 1. Now, as I said last week, weekend 1 has become more of a brand, a whoring of brands and the influencer Olympics. And the crowd tends to be a bit quieter. Mind you, I still saw people giving the crowd shit this week, and I get it.
Yeah.
But the weekend 1 has become this kind of
Yeah. Like,
So
was Madonna like?
weekend 2.
Yeah.
Madonna was weekend 2. Olivia
Dog?
Rodrigo came out with What's Her Chops? Addison Rae, who confuses me, by the way.
I love her so much.
Okay, let's. Can you? Am I getting too old for pop music? Is that what's happening?
The thing with Addison Rae, is
please.
you must know her deep lore of how
Okay.
she was one of the world's biggest TikTok stars.
Okay.
So she would just do the silly little dances, not even much piece to can talking.
Okay.
She's silly little dances. That's her thing.
Yep.
She then goes down this pop route.
Yep.
Releases Diet Pepsi. It's
Is it a song?
It's a really good song.
It's a really good song. It's
It's
iconic.
like-
I was like, release a diet show.
So
pretty
it's
good. It's girly
a
pop.
song. And it was it felt very like Charlie XCX, kind of like I don't know how to call it, but it was like a very curated version of pop, and we were like, we didn't expect it from her because she was this sort of mainstream girly, and it's like has obviously behind the scenes been trying to do something a little more artistic.
Yes.
So there's this interview that came out when she released her album last year, and she's basically talking about how I didn't want to be stuck where I was living, and I started doing well on TikTok. I was like, let me ride this wave, basically. I'm very much paraphrasing what she says, but she's like, I'm going to do whatever I can to get out of where I am now. And so now that she got out, she got all the mainstream success, she came out of it, and then she could then afford to make the more artistic choices that she wanted to do all along.
Right.
So she kind of rode that wave as much as she could and just used it to her advantage
Yeah.
to get out of, to become a celebrity, move to LA, do the thing. And then now she has the time and probably the money to make the choices. And now she's got this pop career.
Yeah.
And like, she's actually I don't know if she's the best singer, but
Yeah.
she's a fun performer and like her music is actually quite good.
She got that fast car song. No, there's a car song, eh?
Her biggest songs are probably
Sports car. I actually thought that I came up with that on my own. But sports car, I think, is one of hers. And bear in mind, everyone, I can hear myself out loud.
Okay.
I know what's occurring here.
Fame as a Gun is one of her big tracks.
Yeah.
Diet Pepsi, obviously.
Diet
She is on the remix of Von Dutch on Charlie XCX Brat album.
Well, she came
She
out.
does the iconic the scream.
Well, she came out last year
Yeah.
when I was there and did that, and I was like, "What the fuck is this noise?" I know, and I know I can hear myself. I know what category I'm tipping into. It's just like, I've seen a lot of, and I'm like, I don't think she's singing, but then I go, again, it goes to that thing where Britney Spears never sung live,
Yeah.
and so I think I'm probably like. I think I'm stepping out of the age category of pop music, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Isn't it?
I think, and also I find myself the most unlikely Addison Rae stan there is.
Yeah.
Oh, like, I don't think anyone would look at me and think I really like Addison
Yeah.
Rae, but I do, but I think it's because I know more about her.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know
Thank
her
you for
history.
the Addison Rae
yeah.
history lesson.
That's right. You're welcome.
But yeah, so in summary about Coachella, it looks like there was just a slight tide turning and maybe a middle finger to Weekend One and then I saw
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg came out with someone.
Giveon? Yeah.
There were, as you say, Madonna with Sabrina.
She was
that's-
actually dancing as well, because nobody else was like dancing, and she was like,
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was So there we go. We can forget about Coachella now for another year.
good.
But your homework is to listen to Addison's album.
The whole album. Okay, no, I
Just
can do
Diet
that.
Pepsi for sure.
I've actually
yeah.
got a bit of driving to do. Okay.
New York's a personal favourite on that album.
Homework.
Oh yeah, New York is good.
That's a good song, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homework.
You know what,
I'll
we'll
report-
just listen after this, actually.
Let's have this.
I'll report back next week. Homework.
What is happening with Alix and Alex?
Okay.
What's this all about?
I think we're kind of all on the same page. We know who both these women are. They're the biggest, particularly Alex Cooper is the biggest woman in podcasting around the world. Call Her Daddy podcast versus Alex Earle, one of the, again, biggest TikTokers in the world who's she was a Barstool girl. They both were Barstool girls at some point.
Barstool Sports, by the way, is
yeah, sorry.
a big sporting podcasty network.
Media company, yeah.
Now, was Alex Earle the original Get Ready With Me?
I think so, but I've never do you know I've
Should we just call
never
them
followed
Cooper
her.
and Earl?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cooper and Earl.
Okay.
So Earl, I had never really, I knew who she was, but I didn't know anything about her. I probably know more about Cooper.
Yeah.
But in that same sense, it's probably not my scope of content. I've seen a lot of like Call Her Daddy clips, watch them. She gets some really cool guests on, like when she had Stephen DeMarco, from Tell Me Lies and Sweet Little Lies. Great show. Great show.
She gets really good people.
Yes, but like people that are like super topical, super fun. Anyway, so I do
She has
remember.
had, sorry, I was going to just chuck in there. She has had Michelle Obama and Kamala Harris.
Yeah, which is
Massive.
And she
Goals.
by making those decisions and actually putting her sort of stake in the ground, she made it very clear where her political stance is, and so she infuriates. She obviously, because she's a blonde white girl, she did have a big MAGA following, and it was a real unraveling for her MAGA following.
Yeah,
They
I
were
don't
like,
think she cared though.
and she was like,
Fuck yeah.
go fuck yourselves.
So I want to preface this by saying I'm not a massive fan of either of them.
Fair enough.
So
Same.
when I say, and that's not because I don't like them, it's just because they're just not on my feed.
I don't think I follow them.
But I do like to be on the pulse when it comes to pop culture. And I do feel like this
and
is a big
podcasting.
moment. Yes. So there have been some sneaky reposts from Miss Earl that have been interpreted to be directed at Ms. Cooper. Miss Cooper then posted a video while Earl was at Coachella, being like, let's not do this. If you've got it, like, what's the issue, basically? She called her out, stood on business, 10 toes down, didn't fold.
Yeah.
So that happened. But there had been a few of those, like, weird sort of subliminal posts prior to that. All I know from now, there has been no response as of yet from Ms. Earl.
Apart from she replied to the video and said, okay, I'm on it.
Yeah. I sometimes have a TikTok user by the name of Betterby who comes across my feeds. He will sit there and research and find sources and break down beef. So he used to do these massive rundowns on the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's probably how he got really big. He's done it a few times. He's come out. He's talked to 17 anonymous sources.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Is he just doing this out of his own love?
This is what he does.
It's his job now.
Yeah.
I guess so. He's kind of an investigative journalist on TikTok. Okay.
People are invested.
From his video, everyone's got a theory. People would team this, team that. I don't really care. I just want to hear what's going on. His theory, based on what he's got collated from these 17 anonymous sources, was that the relationship breakdown because Earl was signed on to Cooper's Unwell network for a bit, and then they parted ways.
Yes.
We don't know if she got dropped or, what happened, or if she left, like what the deal was. Apparently, according to this Betterby guy, this is obviously alleged, that the relationship breakdown came from political views. So when Cooper had Kamala Harris on the podcast, we were then told that she reached out to Donald Trump at the same time. Obviously, he didn't follow through. He declined. He went on to bloody Joe Rogan, whatever. But apparently when she did that, Alex Earl's manager, who was her father, who was apparently quite right-wing, Republican, said, you need to ask Donald Trump, which she did. He didn't come on the thing. But apparently it very much came down to a politics breakdown. And we've all kind of forgotten that Earl lost a massive Gymshark sponsorship, like $1 million sponsorship, after posting I Stand With Israel. Someone who's normally quite quiet about politics posted that. This is a couple of years ago. And so apparently this was all happening at the same time, and potentially that is why they parted ways.
Ooh.
I think there's more to it, but that could be the start.
Do you know what though? As well, again, I just go, fuck. We and like people, like if you might actually still be sitting here and go, I still don't know who either of these people are.
And why do we care?
Why the fuck should we care?
Yeah.
And actually, do you know what the reality is? We shouldn't.
Yeah.
We
No.
shouldn't care. But it's that voyeuristics from, but it's like you're watching two hot, wealthy white chicks who you don't have to have any skin in the game to care about. And so it seems like you're so far removed from them that watching a couple of chicks scrap it out is still really what bars us all up. And it's depressing because it is like, name me a couple of guys that have beef that gets everyone
Kendrick and Drake.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, Hitchcock actually, yes.
I was eating that up.
Yeah, true. That was
There's a lot of
and that was
men that
brilliant,
have
and that
beef.
involved like actual.
And there was music.
Yeah,
each time,
exactly.
each
No,
side.
sorry. Yes, you're right.
Everybody
But
loves a little.
I just sort of because I just go, oh gosh, I shouldn't. Why I've watched because if you've watched two videos, then you've got it's all
Then
over
your
your
whole food.
algorithm. I go, why didn't you just fucking pick up the phone?
Yeah.
And why didn't where was a phone conversation? I'm sort of curious as to the motives of Ms. Cooper and Ms. Earl. Like, why are you digging at each other? Just fucking leave it. leave each other alone. If you don't like each other, you're fucking making squillions over here.
Yeah.
You're fucking making squillions over here. Just fucking leave each other alone.
Yeah.
Because people
Fucking
sort
hell.
of thought it might have been a PR stunt. But my thing is like, Alex Cooper, I'm like, you're grown age. We don't need to be posting like that.
Yeah.
But then I also, it's one of those things, both at the same time, these things can coexist. I don't care. But I also am so sad.
Yeah.
And I'll watch it all.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I
things can
couldn't
coexist.
give a shit, but I can't stop watching.
Yeah.
Can I just finish by thinking though? Imagine you are one of the most popular sort of female TikTokers, and you fucking wake up after a 3-day Coachella bender, and you're like, because her mates woke her up,
Yeah.
and they filmed it, of course,
And landscape.
film and landscape because she's filming
Think
a
about
reality
it. Think
show.
about it. Yeah.
But I'm like, imagine waking up after a festival bender and the shit hits the fan to that degree. Not even just a normal like shit. We've got to check out of our room and pack the car up and drive back to bloody wherever. Imagine you.
I love how she's just like, okay.
Okay.
I was like, I would have been like, nah, not today.
Yeah, far out. Now I've got a really serious domestic field work to tell you about.
Okay.
And ex-Fair Go reporter, person of the people, consumer affairs correspondent. Now, often when we think about scams or people getting ripped off, we do know that by and large, our wonderful elderly community are often targeted, right? Mm-hmm. Well, not so much for what I'm about to tell you, and I have permission to share this story
Yeah.
from my wonderful friend and friend of the show, Caro.
Yeah.
So Wednesday night, right, we're actually sitting at a bar in Christchurch. It's about 6 p.m. Her phone rings, it's an unknown number. We're sort of like listening a little bit, so she's on the phone and she's like, it's my bank. We're like, are you, but at the time, Mum and I both were like, are you sure? She's like, it's very much sounding, because they had rung. I was like, make sure they don't ask you for, they asked her to confirm her name,
Yeah.
but
Security questions, right?
no, they rung and they said, this is Caroline Addison. It had her address, and then proceeded to tell her that they had noticed suspicious activity on one of her bank accounts, and she was like, oh, okay. And so they were able to say it was an online, I can't remember, but it was like an online gaming or something to the tune of $495, let's say. And she was like, well, no, that absolutely wasn't me. And they were like, okay, well, we need to remedy this for you. So at this point, you're thinking, well, and banks do ring people to tell them about scams. Like banks will. I remember, Mum got scammed, but the bank rang her and said, hey, well, there's been a series of smaller transactions. No, scam.
Yeah.
But the bank rang, that was legit. So then this is the crazy thing, right? So this person is saying you've been scammed, we need to sort this out. At the same time, so at the time that he's doing this, he says, well, we're going to have to do a few things for you. I'm going to send you a text to confirm something. Also quite a normal thing to do. What she doesn't realise, but I'm like, still, fuck, this is crazy. So he says, I'm going to send you a text to confirm something. What he actually does at the time is he's trying to log in to reset her internet banking. And so he tries to reset it. But then she gets the text, which is from the bank, and gives him the thing
The
to
verification
reset.
code.
So he fucking resets her internet
Locks
banking
her out.
because she's been told she's getting the text. She goes, doesn't read all of it, but reads the number that goes,
And
code
read-
number.
and read that
He
out to
fucking
him.
resets her internet banking, shifts some stuff around as he's still on the phone to her, moves it to his account, says thanks very much.
Jeez, that is clever.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is a whole nother level of sophistication, right?
Yeah.
And so luckily for her, she hangs up the phone, she goes to the show, she's going to a comedy show. And she was like, oh, there's something that's not quite sitting right with that. She talked to her mate, and then And then I think, she went back and looked and was like, oh, fuck, the text says to reset your internet banking, type in this code. She's like, fuck, I didn't read but as I say, you imagine, you're on the phone, the bank's telling you that someone scammed you.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to send you a text. That text does come through right now. You're going to go, oh, there, you look at the code, bring it out. So luckily she was able to get onto the bank immediately.
Yeah.
And they should be able to get her the money back. But cleared it out.
Oh my God.
Crazy shit, eh?
That's so sad.
That's real scary
That
too,
is
because
scary.
you think you're on. And like, I remember my mum a couple of years ago, obviously not bank accounts, but it was her Facebook account.
Yep.
And she got a message from a friend who had already been hacked, being like, hey, can you help me? Can you let me know, blah, 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 can you help me get my account back? I'm just having some trouble. I'm going to send you this code. But what they were doing was actually trying to log into mum's account.
Oh.
And the code that she got sent was to reset hers, and then they completely logged her out. And so she's trying to get her account back, but they were like demanding money in exchange. But mum's pretty like savvy.
Oh.
Yeah.
But obviously, if your friend messages you and it doesn't seem weird, you're going to go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or, all right, I'll help you out.
Yeah.
But it's like you actually have to be so skeptical all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think that's hard. I also, another one that I read is that whenever you get like a text, because often there'll be like an NZTA scam or an NZ Post scam, here's your package, and you're like, what bloody package? But if there's a text, if it's from an official site, it should only be 3 or 4 numbers.
Yeah.
As soon as it's more than that, that's when you should be like, hey. That's not to say the scammers haven't got like a 3 or 4 digit thing, but it's most likely to be a scam. But there's so many things to look out for. That's so scary.
But to under the guise of, hey, I'm a bank letting you know about a scam, which is plausible.
Yeah.
Which,
But now I'll be like, what's my security questions then?
Yeah.
exactly.
Where did I grow up? What street did I grow up
Give
on?
me my date of birth.
Yeah.
It's wild though, and so just she was like, you should, and I agreed. I was like, actually, it is getting more and more sophisticated. Can you just imagine fucking waking up and deciding that that's what your shtick is? Like,
No.
I'm gonna choose.
I'm gonna rob
I'm
people.
gonna rip people off.
I've had one time got a call, and I was convinced it was a scam. I was like, no, and I hang up usually.
Yeah.
Turns out it was someone trying to verify my account to like pay me for a job.
Oh, you're like,
And
nah.
I was like,
Nah.
hey, so
Don't want
sorry. So sorry. I was a bit rude on the phone.
No.
Oh, my bad.
I think that's fair enough.
You sound like a bloody scammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Don't trust anyone.
no, they can't.
Fuck them all.
No one can be
No
trusted.
one.
And hey, great segue, because I just want to do a little PSA. I haven't been scammed or anything like that, but I think I just see the best in people, and it's probably not always the best thing. Now I'm obviously getting
You're
into
gonna get a bit more cynical, dolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I'm obviously moving into the not just renos and stuff, but sometimes needing repairs for things, or sometimes not something that I can call Dad to come to because obviously he lives 3 hours away. Usually if he can, he will, but if he can't. And he's had to give me you need to get it compared. Like if I get a quote, you need to do this. Why are you not doing that? And I'm like, oh, they seem like a nice guy. Now, because I
You want to see
and
the
I'm
best
just
in
like,
people.
I look at
Yeah.
myself
Maybe
in the
not.
mirror and I'm like, no one's trying to play me. Do they know who I am? You know, I don't know. Anyway, but it was just a little reminder, because last week my bloody water main is leaking, burst. So I've got to replace the whole thing. So that's obviously an expensive job when you've got a driveway as long as mine. But I had a guy come around, check it out, and they were lovely. They came over really quickly, right? And the boss was really lovely. And this is no shade to
They
him.
heard dollar bills.
But they see young woman at her house, no idea where the fuck the drain even is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
She'll pay whatever.
So I got given a quote, and they said we can do a quote, but we can also give you a charge up. So charge up is when you're just paying for the labour and materials. So it could end up cheaper than the quote, but there's also the possibility it could end up more. I ring Dad, hey, this is what they quoted me. He goes, you gonna get another one? I was like, well, no, that seems all right. And he goes, no, you can get two more quotes. And I was like, okay. So I went to do that. Turns out in the end that my partner's uncle was a plumber, so, you know, problem solved.
Another uncle.
Uncles.
So I'm telling you, I've got an uncle for bloody everything.
Yeah.
But I actually just put it out on my sort of Instagram. Hey, any plumbers? This is a great thing about having a following. All of you guys will come through. My husband, my boyfriend. Oh, this guy knows.
Yeah.
And so just a couple of random followers, I just sent the quote, what the work was, and they just go, how long's the driveway? I go, oh, roughly this. And they go, all of them said, seems a bit steep.
Yeah.
And so I went, oh, okay, there it is. Okay, so that's me thinking, no, they seem really nice.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I just go, oh, no, they're fine. They're fine. But this is just your reminder, if you're a woman who often is doing the admin around the house because your partner's still at work or away,
Yeah.
that you can't trust no one.
No,
Yeah.
you got to get minimum 2 quotes.
2 quotes.
I don't think they were purposefully
No.
trying to,
Scam you.
No, nothing like that.
But just
I
some
think it's
places are more-
genuine.
The reality is, it's fucking expensive to get shit done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to shop around a little bit. You should always shop around.
Yeah.
Shop around.
Especially with car stuff as well. Like, I don't know much about cars, but we all need a car to drive to and from work. Not everybody, but like you don't know what's wrong in the car. The lights on.
Yeah.
Go to a couple places. Don't go to the first place. And
Yeah, they'll all
ring your uncles.
Yeah, my dad's a mechanic, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, you're
for
fine.
God's
No, I'm
sake.
honestly, I'm really set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my father-in-law rings us and goes, "You're not getting a guy to come do the plumbing," and I was like, "Yes, I am. I need to get it done." He goes, "No, your boyfriend's uncle's a bloody plumber," and then it was all of a sudden, "No, you're not paying nothing."
Start some sort of bloody
Yeah.
uncle directory, eh?
That's kind.
Uncle directory.
I actually posted something about, all you need is an uncle, guys, and people are going, "Oh, well, my uncles are dead," and I'm like, "Well, unlucky." Mine are still here and kicking.
no.
And they're quite useful.
Oh.
And they're fucking turning up.
They are turning out.
Gee, how are you?
Hey, we're good. We, kids are a bit sick now, but we had a good weekend. It was fun. Just a funny little, because the language is working with the kids now. Like Frank is full on chatty conversation mode. Odie's getting there a little bit. We ran out of coffee Sunday morning. I went down to the shop, we had a friend staying over who likes oat milk.
Yeah.
I don't mind oat milk. I could take or leave it. Is that your tummy?
That was my tummy.
Do you like
I
oat
didn't
milk?
fart. But, it was
You
just
held it
loud.
in.
It was just loud. Sorry.
That's right. Internal farts.
As you were.
As I went. Sorry. Push it back over there. No, it is lunchtime. I'm very hungry. I'll make this quick.
No, don't make it quick.
Oat milk, not for everyone. Ali hates it. So he was making this flat white for our friend who was staying. And he was like, oh, rank oat.
Rank oat.
Yeah, like rank oat milk.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's not that bad. And then next thing around the corner, Odie comes around the corner and he's got his rank coat. Raincoat.
Raincoat.
Yeah.
Raincoat.
Raincoat. And so he was like, oh, raincoat. And then so Odie was like, oh, and it was sunny outside. I was like, no, not time for the raincoat. But I was like,
That's
quite funny. It's
quite
quite
cute,
cute. Yeah.
Oat milk's a funny thing, isn't it, really, when you think about it?
Oh, just full dairy, mate. My gut is as colonised as it could be, I'm full dairy everything.
Yeah.
No skim, nothing.
Nah, full cream.
Yeah. When they say just normal milk, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want.
Because a lot of Indigenous people, islanders, they're not conditioned to dairy. That's why a lot of them are lactose tolerant.
Yeah.
Lactose intolerant. Sorry.
Intolerant.
I'm lactose tolerant.
You're
Very
lactose tolerant.
More tolerant than
Give
I'd like
me
to be.
and all the gluten.
Yeah.
Just another thing, because you guys are my residential kind of parenting experts.
Well, yes, obviously we are.
You know heaps about kids and
Yeah,
but
we're in with you.
but we've all been a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit of a pickle. So Frank is on a balance bike. He loves it, which has got no pedals. But his little friends are starting to get.
No pedals.
No, it's got no pedals, and you just kind of skim on it, and your little legs go like this.
Yep.
So it's a balance.
Yeah,
So they put their legs up and they go
yep.
up and down things, and it's a two-wheeler. But he's not quite on the pedals, and he doesn't. When you get on a pedal bike, you have the training wheels, which he calls stabilizers. Like a car. He's like, they're my stabilizers. But he doesn't own one of these bikes with stabilizers because it's not his birthday yet. Mm-hmm. But I don't want him to not be up with his friends who are getting bikes with the stabilizers.
Yeah.
Do I wait till January?
No.
Or do I just treat him? But I don't want him to be a spoiled brat.
Hey, I need to give you something.
Thoughts?
When I was a child,
Yeah.
it's one of the things that I remember so much being really stressful. Probably one of the biggest stresses of my childhood days was learning to ride a bike.
Yes.
If you can give your child the necessary supporting and loving steps for their bike riding journey, do it.
Do it now.
My
Okay.
mum, and I love you, Mum. We joke about this, but it happened. She was so hard on me when we were trying to go from the training wheel to the just raw dog bike process, and so she gave up. Like she was just, for goodness sake, And so then Dad had to teach me. So I hold on to that memory. And I remember when I finally clocked it, and I was just two wheels.
Yeah.
Then we were like, I don't know why we decided that we should surprise her down the driveway with it.
Yeah.
Because she'd been the mean one. I'll never forget it. So do what you can
Yeah.
to make that boy's bike journey a pleasant one.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
I was going to say I remember when I got on 2 wheels for the first time.
Yeah.
But I was lucky. I'm a second child, so I had it all set up for me.
Yeah, you had the bikes already.
My
go.
sister's already learned how to ride a bike, so
Everything's
basically,
secondhand though.
I get her secondhand bike, and
Yeah.
I had training wheels. And Dad kept watching me, and he was like, "You're barely even on the training wheels. We
Yeah.
need to just take them off." And I was too scared. But we're in the cul-de-sac, and so one night he was just kind of trying to get my confidence up.
Yeah.
And I think we had taken them off, but he was just kind of guiding me.
So you
He
run
gets-
alongside.
Yeah, he gets a phone call, and so he's on the phone, and all of a sudden I'm off. I'm off on the 2 wheels. But I think it was maybe the pressure had left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still
And he
remember that
wasn't right
moment.
there.
And Dad going, "Oh,
Honestly,
right on the phone, yeah, great."
you know, riding a bike, learning to drive. You know,
So
there are
fun.
2 things where your parents can actually.
Dad gave up on me with driving.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
Yeah, make it positive.
Make
Yeah.
it seamless.
Yeah.
As seamless as possible.
Yeah, eyes
I
up.
don't
Don't
think
look
it
down.
needs to be a treat. I feel like it needs to be just a rite of passage.
Okay.
Maybe.
So it doesn't have to be like you have to wait till your birthday or
Yeah.
Santa will bring
'Cause
it.
by the
Okay.
time-
Because he could be an Olympic cyclist for all you know.
Oh, exactly. And I
Yeah.
want to be an enabler
Yeah.
to all of those good
To
memories.
the,
and
yeah. So yeah.
okay. It's a
Anything else? Any other things
oh,
you need from us?
well, you know what? You know, I might come back with some more advice,
Yes,
parenting
yeah.
advice.
We're always here
Okay.
for it.
And just another thing, reminder to it's Mother's Day coming up. You can book your own things in. I had a voucher that I didn't use last year for a massage on Mother's Day, and I've booked it for myself this Mother's Day.
Okay.
So you mean you can do Mother's Day on your own?
Oh hell yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
just book it whatever the fuck you want to do and make whoever's around you look after your kids. Unless you do want to spend time with the kids, which is good. Like
Yeah.
I'll do breakfast, but then I'm going to go off and have an hour massage by myself.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. Because Ellie doesn't know when it was, so it's in a couple of weeks. But
Yeah.
you can book whatever you want in
Yeah.
for you.
You don't have to wait for someone to give you a gift or not give you a
Exactly.
gift, you know?
Gift yourself
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
treat yourself.
you deserve it.
Yeah.
Cute.
And you got to use the voucher before it expires.
Exactly.
Bloody hell. Now, look, I just want to report back and say that I really rate a dog funeral.
Aw.
We had a dog funeral for Connor Dog down at Waikuku Beach, which is where that was, most of where he spent his life. And I reckon if you were a non-dog owner, which there's plenty of people that are, and there's plenty of people that don't like dogs, and that's all good and stuff. But I reckon people might have seen photos of that I put up and been like, "Fuck, man, that's overkill for
No.
No,
it's
no.
not.
I know it's not. But if
Yeah.
you're watching and you're like, oh my god, there's
And you
like
don't have a dog?
20 people,
And you didn't felt true love in your life? Yeah,
20
yeah.
people and 20 people and 10 dogs in
Yeah.
attendance. It was a beautiful day, and it was so cool because I actually hadn't been. I haven't been back down. That's where I grew
Yeah.
up as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
We've still got wonderful friends and that from that beautiful little community. Josh came down and it was just a beautiful little funeral, and my divine little nephew Michael was the funeral director.
Oh.
And he had insisted on things like he's like, well, honestly he had 3 sheets of paper that he had written out his notes, and he'd said to Mum, well, if we're having all these people, we need food. So we had like beautiful food on the sand dune at the office.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did a bit that I just wanted to tell you about, which I can see it. It was just amazing. So there's all the people there, right? There's about 10 dogs in attendance, and from around the beach, and they're all running around as dogs do, running, sniffing,
Yep.
doing all the things, wagging tails all around each other, running up and down the sand dune. I shit you not. The moment Michael opened proceedings,
Yes.
without word of a lie, every dog was sitting down.
Oh,
I kid
at
you.
attention, eh?
Oh, no,
Hey, that's a sign.
I looked around.
Spooky.
And
Yeah,
they were all
spooky.
just like sitting there, like the good boys and good girls that they were, and next to their owners.
Oh.
It was wild. Isn't that so beautiful?
really beautiful.
And then the funeral
It's
finished, and
given-
they're all like, "Whoop,
Yeah.
off we go
It's
again."
giving me like little goosebumps.
I know, I know. Same when I retell it. I said to everyone at the end, I was like, "Did everyone notice the dogs?" Everyone was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like crazy."
That's real cute.
That is really
What a
cute.
great send off for
I
Connor.
know, and I think like Mum feels really good, and then we scattered a few of his ashes around
Yep.
the beach and stuff, and
Cute.
it was very cool.
That's really nice.
So if you like, I don't know how common dog funerals are, but
Mm-hmm.
if your dog's up for it soon, do consider it.
Do consider it. I've seen a cat one on Instagram and it looked really lit.
Yeah.
It looked like quite fun.
Well, we had a few we had some beers and wines on the beach, and
Yeah.
it was very cool.
So many good stories to share.
And I just we were down there for the weekend, which was wonderful. And it's my hometown, and I was the last time I lived there was from 2017 till 2022. Prior to that, I lived there 2013 for a year and a half. So in the pretty immediate aftermath of the earthquakes. And I just want to say that Ōtautahi is beautiful, and it's so lovely to see a city that was destroyed in so many ways. It's so beautiful to see it as this really functional, vibrant. It's got a beating heart.
Yeah.
And with the stadium opening this weekend, and the beautiful Parakeore, which is this multi-purpose swimming pool, basketball court, and then just all the bars, because we were down there and the supercars were on down there.
Yeah.
The city was humming, and it just felt really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And so it was a really, really good feeling.
Oh, good.
So it was great.
I have to do a trip down there soon.
Oh, it's honestly, it's so, so cool.
Yeah.
I've never been there like twice, and
Really?
only for like overnighters. I've never really explored.
It's lovely, and it's crisp on a crisp day. Oh, it's good.
The thing
lovely.
I like about Christchurch, as someone who reads the Christchurch weather every single morning, is that you do cold well and you do hot well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your summers are getting into like the 30s, early 30s, but then your winter is like snowing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's my dream to live in a town like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I like winter clothes. I like both sides.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, I don't know if I'd move to Christchurch, but I like the idea that you do winter properly and summer properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of
Whereas,
this in between shit.
Auckland is just
Doesn't know.
Wishy
let
washy.
me wear a coat and not get sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
point.
have a cool winter coat that I can't wait to bring out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I went to Melbourne. Sorry, that was the other thing.
Oh,
I went
yes.
to Melbourne because
Influencer.
I'm
Yeah.
a beauty influencer.
Yeah, of course. It looked like a fun night. It was very chic.
very chic. And that was a beautiful trip. And that was for a brand that is launching in New Zealand in July.
Cool.
Vichy. So
Vichy.
that's coming to a store near you very soon.
Oh, okay.
Good.
And I must say that I felt like a little bit like not awkward, but I was like, I've got to be beautiful. I got to. I was like,
I know what you mean, though.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
with beautiful Anna Reeve and Anna Lee, and I'm like, oh my god, glam girls, right? We get glammed.
Yeah.
But we went, how's this eye? Nothing like a power shop. Like a
quick.
little bit of a. Well, we'd had this gorgeous lunch, and then it was like,
Yeah.
when you've got a small window, it was a good power shop.
So you
Good.
shop better. You shop better like that.
Yeah. I always shop better overseas too.
Pressure.
I don't know, I
And
don't
after a few
I don't
bubbles.
enjoy it as much
Yeah.
at home. You cup the bubs.
Couple
And
bubs.
you're in the card, you just start waving around. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
need
love
these
that.
things. I need these things. But no, and now we're just about to sort of embark on, a pretty busy time coming up. Here,
Standard.
yeah.
When does it not?
Go down to Taranaki this weekend for mahi.
Yep.
Fun mahi, all fun. All my mahi is fun actually. And then I'll go and whip over to Taupo and see Josh. Then I'll be back here, and then I'll go to something else, and then I'll be back here, and then I'll go to something else, and then I'll be back here.
Oh, good. We got to be back to do this.
Oh, I'm gonna be back.
Yep.
Always here on a Tuesday.
Yeah, good.
Always here on a Tuesday.
Good.
Anyway, that's me. Tegs, that's me.
Me. Right, over to me. I've decided I need to step up my game. Because
With what?
Oh, no, it's funny because we're talking about beauty standards. Love yourself.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, my boyfriend unfortunately is very, very hot, very handsome, very stylish, very steezy. So he put up this video on Instagram that his mate made. He makes these ties. He finds vintage ties. He prints on them. Like it's just kind of something he enjoys doing. Really, he's very much into fashion, Bailey. And his a mate of ours is a videographer, and they sort of did a little collab together. Did a little video where he put on a few outfits, and then we posted it up. It went crazy, and honestly, really proud of him. I watched it like 10 times before I went to bed. I was just like, so excited to see him look so cool and handsome and awesome. And now I'm like, oh my God, now I've got the cool, handsome, stylish boyfriend. I can never be a slob again. So I think,
No.
do you know what's funny? I've been joking about it this last week. How about last night? I cried about it. Because hear me out.
Right, okay.
Also, sometimes just she hasn't had a sleep. She's emotional.
Yeah.
whatever. I bought some stuff online, and usually I show him, what do you reckon, before I buy it, because if he goes, oh, that's when I know it's like a no.
Yeah.
But because he knows what he thinks will look cool on me and stuff, but he doesn't care what I wear.
No.
But I worked myself up to a point that I didn't trust my own judgment and wanting to buy something I liked.
Yeah.
So if he didn't give me the right reaction, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't even buy things for myself.
Oh.
But I'd worked myself. He did nothing to make me feel that way.
No.
And I got upset being like, oh, but you always look so good. I can never not look good. Like, I don't want anyone to look at me and think like, look at this bitch. And he was so awesome and so reassuring. And so, but it was funny because it's been this sort of running joke. I'm like, my boyfriend's handsome, and I'm like, if anyone's in your DMs, you swipe them all. Right? And he's like, oh my God, shush. But like, I was very proud of him to see him. Like, and I love when people talk to me about like, man, your boyfriend's like, he's got such good style, like, and I love watching his fits and stuff like that. And I'm like, me too, all the time. But also just me.
It's also like, can you teach like the other girls' boyfriends to be like him? Like, well,
it's funny because
he needs to dress other boys.
Me like, damn, I wish my boyfriend was like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, true. Like it is cool, and I really like it. But it's funny how it's just like over time, it's kind of got this reaction out of me that I feel like insecure about it now, because now I think I need to be like right up here.
Do you know what? It's good of you to admit it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's out there now, and now you can work on
get
steps.
rid of it.
You can work on some steps to eliminate that, can't you?
And he also said I need to remind myself with clothes. He's like, you put on the clothes, you wear the clothes. Like you don't let the clothes wear you.
Yeah.
That's his favourite one.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, if you like it, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
He goes, I always say, like, if you want a hand with like putting something together, he goes, he might always try to challenge me to get outside the box.
Yeah.
But he's like, but if you like something, that's all that matters. It's not. It doesn't matter if I like it or not.
Yeah. It's not for him.
Yeah,
it's
but
for
I
you.
kind of conditioned myself to think like, no, I want to like it, but I also want him to like it too.
It's true.
Yeah.
Look, if I'm being brutally honest though, there's been a couple of times because if I've gone up the hill to go and have a gin or something,
In your moo-moo.
and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't really. See, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But
I'm
he,
like,
he
then
does
I
not
but
put
then I
something
still
nice
go. No,
on.
then I still go though. I'm
There's
like,
nothing he
fuck.
does
He
that
doesn't
puts
care.
that pressure
No,
on
I
us.
know. Yeah.
We put the pressure on ourselves
Yeah.
because we're in the presence.
But it's kind of
Of
both
greatness.
Of you. It's both of you. It's not just him. When I go, oh fuck.
I've got some funky things.
I'm
you know.
like,
But then like when I'm even like being around Gracie, like for coming on a Tuesday, you guys always look so good and fresh, and I'm like, I've been at work since 5, and I'm like, shit, I just need to make sure I've got my makeup in my bag. And like,
No,
and
you're
it's true.
always-
No, I level up with both of you now too. No shit, I know. No, straight up.
It's because we're in a TV
But
studio.
what I will say though, what I will say is another thing I've learned when I go through these phases of getting a bit insecure or whatever and thinking everyone's thinking about me, no one is thinking about you as much as you are.
Yeah.
There we go. So I'll leave that one there. Also, just resident woo woo girl, I'm having another reading tomorrow. Just a psychic reading, not a card one. So I had a card one.
What's the psychic one? They hold your hands?
Probably.
Yeah.
I just tell them nothing and then they run through some stuff. A friend of mine went to this woman a few weeks ago and really enjoyed it. She's also going to another one this week just to reference check, double check it's the same
Quotes.
thing.
Get the-
So I had my friend pulled a few cards for me end of last year, had a card reading through work start of the year, and they were pretty much exactly in line.
Your friend did your cards.
Yeah, she just pulled a few cards. We were
Is
working
she
together.
psychic?
Yeah, she can tune in. Yeah,
But she's got cards.
yeah, she's got tarot cards.
Can you
always
buy
have your own.
cards?
Yep.
Your own
Yeah.
cards?
Yeah, but they're just yours. Yeah.
Don't touch them.
That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. But this one's just a reading, but I'm not sure what I'm after. A little bit of clarity on a few different things, but I'm interested to see. I'm kind of doing a reference check on the card reading as well. But I can touch base with you guys
Hey,
next week on how it goes.
also on Thursday, because we're going to see you on Thursday. But
Yeah.
tomorrow. But yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be
Brodie's
good. It's gonna be
Skeptical.
good.
Words. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get it. You get in there. You get that head read, mate.
Yeah.
You get those lines on your hands sorted.
Can I also just say, you know what I forgot about my card reading at the start of the year?
What?
She pulled a card that was saying like, you're going to get burnout. You need to watch out for that. And isn't that what I've experienced? And I forgot about it.
Just till just
Yeah,
now.
but, like,
I read
you
the
were
notes from it recently, and I went, "Oh my god, I've been burnt out." I didn't do that on purpose.
You were probably already in burnout.
Yeah, maybe.
So, look, all I'll say
Anyways,
is just
lots
give
of
me
fun
the lotto
content for next week.
Just
Yes.
give me the lotto numbers.
Love that.
Hey.
Are we finished?
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah?
think we're finished.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right.
Love you.
Love you. See you
both.
later.
Love you all.
Ka kite.
Bye.
Haerera.
Bye. Look, a big, ginormous thank you to the team at Shine On for sponsoring this episode.
Discover the latest autumn fashion with new season styles available online and in store now.
Go have a look at shineon.co.nz.
Let her finish.